When people say they have parts, we have parts. And we've been very fortunate to have enough room to keep everything. I mean, we've got engine parts. We have semis out there with 40 or 50 motors in them. These are all Chrysler Imperials that so these are just cars that we've been all over the country getting in 30 years, just like everybody else, chasing the elusive station wagons to Crown Vics to Buick Electras to Chevy Impalas. Like this car, these are Tennessee cars. This car actually ran 25 years ago in Jeff Brown Outlaw Derbies that my brother and I ran. This car came out of Oklahoma. We've had it back probably 25 years. That's a California car under their HD frame. We keep all our frames. We keep everything just because it's so hard to go and find it around here. So we have a lot of room and we keep things. We have a building across town. I think one of the things around here is in our part of the country, they're all rusty. So you've got to travel to where, like the 71 to 76 GM bodies, you'll never find them around here anymore unless they're collector cars because they're too rusty. Same thing with the Crown Vics. There's a lot of them, but everything's so rusty anymore. I think that's one of the big things. That's why car prices are up. People waffle cars. You used to be able to buy, like the Chevy wagon over there came from Tennessee 20 years ago, and we paid $50 for it, pulled the motor for the guy and brought it back. I'm a hoarder. My brother and I are both hoarders. As you can see, we keep all kinds of frame sections. Just about every car that the boys have run, except for if they've been totally junk, are still here. We have a lot of pre-runs that, like this car, they've probably run 20 times, 25 times in the last 10 years, off and on, not all the time. Like that's an Imperial we got a couple years ago. I love Chrysler Imperials. I have like 15 of them. Some of them are drivers. The semi's got cars in it. This is a Tennessee car. This is a beautiful Tennessee car that we found just hunting for something else, and we ran across that and brought that home. We just got that from Georgia a month ago, the Electra. But as you can see, I mean, we don't, as Brady said, we built everything ourselves or try to. So when we need a part, we just come out here and either cut it off or take it off and then just move it around. So not everybody, I understand, has the ability to do this or the time or the area. But this is a 30-year collection. This is not 2.5 years of, this is something my brother and I started, and the boys started derbying basically 12 years ago. And now they're buying cars, and we were lucky that my mom and dad had this place and all this area that we were able to keep cars. So this is the other part of our shop where, as you can see, these are the bash cars that we ran 3 weeks ago. Motors have come back out, rear ends have come back out to go on our other cars. This is a sore subject with me, but this is a 66 Imperial that I did 32 years ago for my wedding. Frame off restoration. I do my own body work. I built it with my dad. I got mad at it because something happened with the paint, and it looks good from 20 feet, but I have OCD and I didn't like it. It is sat here or somebody's garage. I've never driven it. And it's a beautiful, as you can see, it's a beautiful car. So that's the one thing. I'm getting ready to retire in October. This is the one thing that I'm going to get out. So we had to cut down 3 trees 25 years ago and chain it down the hill because it didn't have brakes in Tennessee. As you can see, I've kept every steering column that we've ever taken out of a car. I mean, we just have, there's 200 drive shafts back there with 200 cross members. There's wheels, and we've been fortunate enough to have the room. Kind of looks like chaos, but I pretty much have an idea where everything is. So, as you can see, every hubcap we've ever gotten off any 71 to 76, I've kept over time. I don't know, there's 300 or 400 hubcaps. It doesn't make sense to people. It doesn't really make sense to me sometimes. I don't know, but this is something we do, and we like doing it. This is the one place that we come every day after school, this place right here. You don't find us in the bars. You don't find us, our wives and girlfriends know exactly where we are. this is the one place for stress relief. Sometimes we're working on derby cars. We could be working on our mower. It doesn't matter. We all meet here at 3:30 and we work for a few hours and we go home. So this is the one place that my brother and my dad passed away a year ago, but he was here with us every day. This is the one place that the guys got to go. We started the King cars 2 weeks ago yesterday after the bash. So we've done, with the collection of guys in there you see, we've done 3.5 months worth of work in 2 weeks. Well, I think the biggest part is Devin and I both teach. Brady owns his own business, so as soon as we were done with the bash, we took Monday, we unloaded Sunday. I guess what? I don't even know. We unloaded Monday morning. We took the rest of Monday off. We came back Tuesday and cleaned the garage and put everything away. We talked one more time, do you really want to do this? Because we know how, and I have 2 boys. We don't, if one goes, they both go. It's not fair that, and they were going to just build one car, and I said, well, do you think we can do it? So we started 2 weeks ago yesterday on a Wednesday, but we put all 3 of us together. We were working 15-hour days, so we're getting 45 hours basically a day on a car, and these cars are about 400 hours to build. So when you have 3 guys that are, we've worked 7 days a week. The last couple of days we've been here probably 18 or 19 hours a day, but then as you can see, we have help the last week. We've had help come, so we're getting man hours. We're probably getting 70 or 80 man hours a day out of people that come in and know exactly what we're doing. We don't have to teach anybody, show anything. We don't double check because everybody knows what they're doing. My brother's a big integral part of that. He handles all the drivetrain stuff, but for people that, if Brevin and I if we had to go to work and then come here, when we work, we get here at 3:30, we work for about 3 hours and we go home. But since we're off school, we knew it was possible. We're almost done. I think we're gonna make it at least out there, but the experience, I mean, we enjoy doing it. We have, I told them we were probably gonna argue, but I've yet to see us argue about anything in the last 2 weeks. We rarely argue. We just work, and as you can see today, everybody was doing something. Nobody's just sitting around on their phones playing around. Everybody's got something to do. So I think that's the biggest deal, that, we provide our own help because we're family. A lot of guys do it by themselves, and that's tough. You ask your buddies to come over, and, they got lives too, but this is something we're all passionate about. Yeah. I'm too old to drive basically anymore, and so is my brother, but it's carried on through them. As a dad, you always want to see your kids do better than you, period. And if you don't, then that's, probably you need to do something else. But you want your kids to do better, and I'd work all day long for them. I don't care. It doesn't bother me a bit. I've had they've been coming to this garage since they've been 2 years old. They've been beating on hammers on some of these cars, and some of these cars were around when they were born, so they're not going to hurt these cars. And that's where they've learned. So I'm very proud of them. This is football in cars. If you're an athlete, or not even if you're an athlete, this is competition, this is competitiveness, this is football in cars. And if you've been a competitor, an athlete, which, all of us were in this shop, it goes to the next step that it's an addiction. Everybody has an addiction. Whether you're playing golf, some people go to the bar, some people, mow grass. This is our one addiction. And once you start, you can't stop. People say you can stop, and people sell out, and then you buy it all back. This is one thing I'm proud of. We've never sold out. I mean, we've never said we're done. And I'll be honest with you, if the boys say we're done someday, I probably would crush these cars and junk them versus selling them, because, as I said, each car has a memory. I can tell you where we got them. I can tell you the trip we were on. I can tell you what it took to get them. And the prices have kept going up, but this is our addiction. They started coming because I was doing 15 to 20 derbies a year when they were 1 and 2. So they came every day with me, even though they didn't know how to do a lot, but they were right over my shoulder, and my brother was in here and they were right over his shoulder. We've become best friends. I mean, that's the biggest deal. I mean, not a lot of kids and their dads get to do stuff together and stick with it. And I think when they first started, I had to do most of the stuff and they watched. I'm happy now that they can do everything they want to do on their own. They don't need dad. They don't need their uncle. We enjoy being here and we work every day, but there's nothing on these cars they cannot do themselves. So in a full circle, they went from watching to getting better at it, to getting better at it. Now they do everything themselves. They don't need us, but we love being here and they love having us here. They've tried to send me home a couple days because my wife keeps telling me I'm half their age. It's tough for me to stay here till midnight, but we do what we got to do. But the bond is crazy. The bond is crazy.
And I'll tell you something else. I have a daughter.
I love her to death, and
She just had a baby girl or granddaughter.
she thinks demolition derbies are the stupidest thing, the biggest
Phony. She goes, "This is stupid, guys."
spend all your time and money over there. But like I said, everybody has an addiction. You have to
Find whatever that is to make you happy. This is what makes us happy.
And we're mad as heck when we lose, okay? And we're really humble when we win. But the end goal now is you
Want to win.
You do. People are like, well, you finished top 5. Well, that's great. It is. But everybody's chasing the top prize. Everybody is. That's what you chase. If you're not here, if you're not nervous about winning, you don't care about winning. And if you're not chasing the top prize, that's okay. But I know how much time we're spending in trying to chase the top prize. And there's people just like us
Out there this weekend.
and all over the country doing the same thing. I think when you come to this, everybody's capable of winning. They are. And there's people that spend just as much time as we do, just as much money. You have to have some luck. Everything's going to have to go your way this weekend. Your car's going to have to hold up. You're going to have to make great decisions. You're going to have to make it out of your heat. If you can't, you got to get out of the consi. Then you got to have everything go your way in the feature. The general public probably doesn't know all the behind the scenes things that go on, but most of the guys out there, we know them, they know us. Everybody knows each other. You try to study as much. There's everything on YouTube anymore, but anymore, I think you've got to make sure all your X's and O's are ready to go, but you got to have a little luck. You got to have a lot of luck. We call it derby luck. I mean, you got to have things just fall into place, and no matter how many times you've done it, no matter how much seat time you have, everything's got to go your way. And somebody's going to be happy this weekend, and somebody will be unhappy, but I can't be more proud of the boys because we've done something that most people wouldn't even try to tackle in 2 weeks. And we've done mostly in-house we had a couple buddies come, like I said, but we've been on it. We've got accomplished. We're going to get to the finish line. So that's something that, when we look back on this 10 years, and I've taken a video every morning of our progress, and I'll share it with the boys. It's just, this is what we like to do. Most people would not try to tackle this. They say we're crazy. You can't do all the stuff that we've done. We work, and we enjoy doing it.